The miners' strike was, for many, the Tory party versus the common man. Labour sided with the miners, some of whom fed their families with hares and rabbits they caught with their lurchers.
25% of people in this community, at least, fed themselves by hunting with lurchers during the miners' strike.
Then, 20 years later, Labour went some way towards banning that kind of hunting.
That persecuting the minority. I do feel I've been persecuted by Labour, especially, who's supposed to look after the working man. You know, and how many miners voted Labour through their life. You're more staunch Labour. I hate Labour, me. A bunch of turncoats, I can't stand them. Labour, miners supposed to be hand in hand. You know, goodness, how much ANUM used to give to Labour, knew they're persecuting sons of miners, grandsons of miners, and even miners. There's still lads who work the pit, still alive, who still have dogs.
Taking away these rural pastimes, from what I've seen, is people feel something has been ripped out of their lives. What they're concerned about is centuries of engagement have been taken away from them by people who they would claim don't understand them.
The Northumberland colliery town of Ashington was on the front line of that strike. 20 years on from Tony Blair's hunting ban and 40 years on from the strike, a new film premiered in Ashington last weekend. It shows how the local community got through the strike and, through interviews with people who were there, how they relied on their dogs to provide food.
Everybody in Ashington had lurchers. More lurchers than Ashington than what there was in terriers. And everybody used to go out, catch rabbits, catch deer, hares.
They get treated like athletes. I mean, Olympic athletes, so we treat them like you feed them the best stuff. You run them, you work them, you jog them, and then you watch that dog from a pup learn and become the ultimate hunter, maybe just an average hunter. You just watch the dog loving to do what it loves to do, and then that gives you joy. Someone will get them and pick them up, bringing them back, and hardly a mark on them. Yeah. Some of them will go along like a typewriter, and you get back a bag of mints.
The scale of dog work was extraordinary.
I started keeping records in 1998, so obviously I did a lot of hunting before then. But I was like here, in this house, settled with kennels. I could go to Allendale and course hares. The farm on your was doing it. You're sorting my moles out. I'm happy for you to come up and catch rabbits and catch hares. You can't have the deer, because I like to see them, and I would respect that. When I was in my sort of heyday, in my prime, I would be going out with my lurchers, I would say, at least 4 or 5 times a week. On the 17th of the 1st, 2001, Alec, Bob got 4 rabbits, Lucy got 2 rabbits and 2 hares. So I was out on the 17th, I was out on the 22nd, out on the 25th. I was only 28 days in February, then I was on the 4th, the 7th, the 9th, then the 19th, the 21st. It was all I did. Even if we didn't eat this stuff, some of the older people in the village who couldn't get out, they were more than appreciative of stuff we used to fetch back. So everything got used, there was nothing got wasted.
In 2004, Labour's restrictions on hunting with dogs aimed to change that. Here's footage of Mitch Young at the time.
Well, I don't know what I would do if they banned it. I've got 4 dogs in the kennels, which need looking after. I've got 3 adult dogs, and I've got a pup coming on. I mean, what if I do? Do I get rid of big dogs? I can't afford to feed them.
Despite Tony Blair's efforts to ban their sporting abilities, lurchers and terriers are still popular all over the north of England.
I miss me lurchers. I love the terriers, but I love the lurchers the most. I used to treat mine like it was the ultimate animal. I loved it, you know. I mean, I get little chills thinking about it. I couldn't handle somebody saying, right, I'm taking a dog for you, mate. And they're like, oh, you're not like. No. I've spent thousands of hours on that dog. I love that dog. That dog is my life and my pride and joy. If you want to take my dog off me, not in a million years, I don't care who you are. Be the king of England, I would still tell you, piss off and now.
I should have the God-given right to go out and hunt. Whether it's stand on them rock edges out there catching cod, or whether it's gone out with my daughter or my son ferreting, or whether it's going with mates with the lurchers.
Yeah, it's like another thing to control. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to do that many things nowadays. It's hardly what we're going to be able to do.
Looking at here, you've got like George Beer, Scottish Farm, which is Alcam, Allendale, the Lammermuir Hills. I was 36 mountain hares between 6 dogs.
This is a sort of monument, testament to that whole tradition. How do you view that tradition carrying on? How would you think it, or will it carry on?
Well, unless there's a change in the law, I can't see it happening.
Just get less and less.
It just gets less and less, and then with that, the knowledge becomes less and less, and there's nobody to hand it down to, so everything just becomes a big forgotten past, really.
These clips come from the film screened at Ashington.
It's not your traditional view of some bloke with a top hat and a monocle and a red coat on a horse. That's nowhere near it. The vast majority of people that go out with lurchers, with terriers, with other forms of dogs, and who hunt. And that's what was in the room today.
I think the documentary was valid, and the two lads got a valid point. But you've got to appeal to more people than just the people that do the hunting. We need to get it to people who don't hunt, and it's not all about just killing things for the sake of killing things.
I don't think that we've been particularly well represented for the last 20 years, or longer perhaps. I think it's time that we did something, and as was said in the film, at least if we do something, we've tried, and it's better to have tried and failed than not to have tried at all.
The film's producer is especially happy that representatives of the local Labour MP came to watch it.
Unfortunately, Ian Lavery, who is the local MP here in Ashington, wasn't available, but he used to be a chairman of the NUM, Arthur Scargill's right-hand man. I mean, that's Labour, and good luck to him. I hope, great, perfect representative for this community. What he needs to understand is that 25% of people in this community hunt with lurchers, and that is their way of life, and that is their cultural heritage. 25% of your electorate, at least, fed themselves by hunting with lurchers during the miners' strike.
The film is now on YouTube. For more info, you can watch it or visit the Hunting Kind website.